Hi, I'm Ulrik from the Brew Company in Denmark. I'm going to introduce you to our way of thinking and brewing coffee. I will kind of like compare it with 3-4 known methods of brewing coffee. You all know the coffee maker, the French press or cafetiere, and the more modern way of brewing coffee, which is the pour-over coffee. And we will try and sort of like explain what are the similarities and what are the differences. The coffee brewer is basically a hybrid between the French press and the pour-over. It is a bag that contains a filter, so in that sense it's the same as the coffee maker and the pour-over. Inside we have 20 grams of coffee, which is also in the others. And basically it works exactly like the pour-over. You pour in 300 milliliters of hot water. You can see on the coffee brewer how much water you can pour in. And there will be a line: if you want it strong, you pour in less. If you want it milder, you pour in more. So this is kind of like our way of thinking coffee. Just to sort of like very briefly talk about the coffee maker. Well, it's all kind of like a drip-through filter. Everybody knows that. It produces a very clean, very pure, very nice coffee taste if you use a good bean. For the French press, you will have more intensity and you will have more body, simply because when you pour in the hot water, it will circumflush the coffee beans, the ground coffee, and will make a very effective extraction. And then when you press down the piston, you will squeeze out the extra juice in the coffee beans. As for the pour-over, you will have a finer coffee taste with less intensity, but you will have all the finer nuances in it. For the coffee brewer, we kind of like say this allows you to be your own barista, because you can brew it exactly as you like it. It's very easy. You don't have to think about how much water. It's kind of like all there. And the taste, which is the most important thing, is that a lot of people will think that, all right, brewing a bag can't be good coffee, but actually it is. And to kind of like verify that this is actually the case, we have invited a special guest, a friend of ours. This is Morten from Coffee Mind, and would it be wrong to say that you are really a specialist? You have been in the coffee world for what, 20 years?
Yeah, since 2004.
You travel the world instructing people in roasting and in sensoric skills, developing the sensoric skills.
Yes.
So you know your coffee.
Yes, I've been in the business for some years, yes.
All right, good. Well, I'll be happy to serve you these 4 coffees.
Yeah.
It's a Colombia, it's a Tolima, so it's the same coffee, but it's brewed in 4 different ways, as you have experienced. And we can start, pouring up 2 cups of the coffee brewer. And the extraction now is kind of like around 6-7 minutes, and it's the same for all 4 coffees. Like this, and we have to remember the sequence of it.
Yeah.
And I think that you can kind of like already start tasting here.
And the last one here was
That's the coffee maker.
And French press and pour over, right?
Yes. probably a
They're really different.
Yes, exactly, and that's the point. So, which would you describe as being the coffee with most intensity and body?
Yes, it's actually this one. It's funny because I would have expected the French press to have more of that. The French press seems a bit more muddy, where this one has a bit stronger mouthfeel than the filter. So it seems like it's a bit in between. Something that reminds me a bit about some of the metal filters or gold filters I've tried, where you get a bit more heavy cup than a paper filter, but not as muddy as the French press. And I think it's pretty much the same here.
No, but this is also, and to me it's of course not a surprise, because in reality what it is, it's a combination of the three brewing methods.
Yeah.
So you get the best of the three worlds.
Yeah.
So, but here you have the convenience of actually not having to do anything other than pour in hot water to here, and then sort of like keep an eye on the timing. The timing here is of course the same, so it's no difference there.
Yeah, because the filter seems a bit, it's much brighter, and it tastes a bit thinner really.
Yeah.
So, but it's the same dosage, right? I saw you, do the same dose. So this is a bit brighter and thinner, and this is definitely stronger in the taste. And it's really funny to do this because I've tried your brewer many times when I go fishing, but I've never really compared it side by side. So that's really an interesting exercise.
Good, but this is kind of like what I wanted to hear. I wouldn't say that this is not about being better than the other one. It's just basically saying, okay, there's many ways of brewing coffee, there are many ways of enjoying coffee. The important thing is that you get the coffee that you like, so brew it as you like it. This one is just making sure that you can brew a really good cup of coffee regardless of where you are. You just need hot water.
Many people go into specialty coffee, if they are not used to it, they think sometimes that it is a bit thin and they can't really, they don't get really the coffee button pushed, right? And your brewer being a bit more heavy without being muddy as the French press, that might be a good thing for getting people on board on the specialty coffee wave, so they don't taste something very watery or very light as the first thing.
Yes, and this is, of course, now you kind of like introduce another aspect of the coffee brewer, because we do sell a lot of assorted boxes where you can have 7 different coffee origins, and this of course enables people, coffee lovers, to actually taste quite a lot of different coffees in a very easy and very accessible way. So in that sense, this is also something that is making life easy for people who want to try something different.
Yeah, and that's the biggest problem for us in the specialty coffee business. That is trying to explain the consumer that coffee tastes different and very different. So, and it takes ages to prepare a cupping. Every coffee professional know that. So just taking some of these bags and quickly pour it is a great way to experience specialty coffee for the first time without all the hassle of setting up a cupping.
Thank you a lot, Morten.
Thank you.
So this was it. Hope you enjoyed the little introduction here, and see you soon.